The movie kicks off with these college kids who are all super psyched because they're on a class trip to Paris. Everyone's pumped except for this one guy, Alex. He just feels off, like everything around him is giving him these weird, creepy signs. Get this, the lady at the airport check-in is like, your flight leaves at 9:25, and his birthday is September 25th. 9:25! So weird, right? Then a song starts playing, and it's by a singer who literally died in a plane crash. All these little clues keep popping up. But whatever, he gets on the plane anyway. So he sits down, and a second later, he has this super intense, realistic nightmare. In the dream, the plane takes off, and it's a total disaster. There's this massive jolt, the plane starts falling apart, a huge hole rips open in the side, and people are just flying out. Then there's this big fire and explosion, and bam! Everyone, including Alex, is dead. And then he just snaps awake. He's back in a seat, and he thinks it was just a bad dream. But then, and this is the crazy part, the exact same two girls from his dream show up and ask him to switch seats. For real this time. Alex is totally bugging out. He moves next to his friend Todd, just like in the dream, and he checks the little tray table lock in front of him. It's broken. It comes right off in his hand. He realizes it wasn't a dream, it was a warning. It's all happening for real. He completely panics and starts screaming, "This pan is gonna explode! We have to get off!" Everyone freaks out and this jock dude Carter starts a fight with him. The whole thing is such a mess that they end up kicking Alex, Carter, a couple of their friends, and one teacher off the plane. So they're all standing in the terminal, and Alex is trying to explain that he saw the plane crash, but Carter just thinks he's nuts and starts fighting him again. And while they're all yelling at each other, they watch their plane take off. And then, kaboom! It just explodes in a massive fireball in the sky. Alex was right. Everyone just stares at him, totally stunned and scared. They're all alive, but Todd's brother was still on the plane, so it's a huge tragedy. Of course, two detectives show up to question the survivors, and they are super suspicious of Alex. I mean, how did he know the plane was going to explode right before it happened? They totally think he's the one who did it.
Of course, the cops can't arrest Alex because they have zero proof, so their parents come and get him. Fast forward 39 days. They're having this big memorial at the school for everyone who died in the crash. Todd's dad is there, and he's giving Alex this major death glare, totally blaming him for his son's death. But Todd's other friends knew Alex didn't do it. The teacher who survived is also mad at Alex and won't even talk to him. The only person who's actually on his side is this girl, Clear. She totally thinks Alex is a hero who saved them. They're all walking around thinking they're so lucky, like they cheated death. But uh-oh, big mistake. They have no idea what's coming. Death has a plan, and it doesn't like being messed with. So that night, Alex is in his room when this owl flies into his window. He throws a newspaper to shoo it away, and the paper gets sucked into a fan and shredded. Then, get this, one single piece floats down, and it has his friend Todd's name on it. It's a sign. That's like, Todd, you're next. Then, bam, we cut to Todd in his bathroom. He slips on some water, and a clothesline wire wraps around his neck and starts choking him. He's fighting to get free, but it's no use. He's dead. Alex rushes over to his house, but it's way too late. Everyone, even Todd's parents, think he killed himself. But Alex is like, no way, Todd would never do that. The next day, Alex finds Clear because she's the only one who believes him. He's convinced it wasn't a suicide. So they go to the funeral home and they meet this super creepy mortician dude. The guy basically tells him it was murder, by death itself. He says Todd was clearly fighting for his life. And then he spills the beans. He's like, you guys messed up Death's big plan when you got off that plane, so now Death is coming back to pick you all off, one by one, in the order you were supposed to die in. Alex and Claire are totally freaked out, sitting in a coffee shop trying to figure out how to beat Death's new plan. And just then, all the other survivors show up. What a coincidence. As they're all arguing, one of the girls gets hit by a bus out of nowhere. Just bam, gone. Now everyone gets it. This is real. Death is literally hunting them. That night, Alex is watching the news and he sees a diagram of the exploded plane and it clicks. He figures out the seating chart and the exact order people were supposed to die in. He gets the whole death chain. Todd was first, the girl who got hit by the bus was second, and he checks the list and realizes who's next, their teacher. He immediately runs to her house, but she looks out the window, sees him acting all crazy, and thinks he's trying to kill her. So she calls the cops. The police show up and find Alex snooping around, so they grab him. He tries to tell them the teacher is Death's next target, but they just think he's nuts and let him go. So now the teacher's all alone in her house. She puts on that same creepy song from the airport. She pours hot tea into a cup, changes her mind, and then puts a cold drink and ice in the same cup. The cup cracks from the temperature change, but she doesn't notice. She sets the leaking cup on her computer, and the liquid drips inside, causing a short circuit. The computer starts sparking, so she leans in to check it out. And then kaboom! The monitor explodes, and a giant shard of glass flies right into her neck. She's dead. It's happening, just like Alex said.
Okay, so everything just keeps getting worse. The teacher's trying to grab a towel that's on a knife block, and she pulls it, and a huge knife falls and stabs her right in the chest. Alex runs in, but she's already super hurt. He's like, I gotta save her. But then a chair falls on her from above, pushes the knife in deeper, and she's dead. Alex, in a panic, pulls the knife out, but now he's holding the murder weapon. And get this, the gas is on in the kitchen. As Alex runs out of the house, his friend sees him, and then the whole house just blows up. So now the cops think Alex is a full-on killer and are hunting for him. But Alex isn't home. The only one who knows where he is Claire. So she grabs Carter and the other girl who saw Alex at the house, and they go find him. They're all like, who's next, Alex? Who's next on the list? Alex doesn't want to say, but they pressure him, and he finally admits it's Carter. But Carter just gets super angry. He's like, if I'm going to die, I'll do it my way. He jumps in his car and starts driving like a total maniac. He floors it and then just stops his car right on a train track. A train is coming. Alex and the girls jump out, but Carter just sits there. They're all screaming at him, and he finally changes his mind and tries to start the car. But nope, it won't start. He tries the door, it's locked. He tries his seatbelt, it's jammed. This is it. It's death's plan for Carter. But then Alex, being Alex, runs over and pulls Carter out of the car just in the nick of time. He cheated death again. But wait, death doesn't just give up. It just skips to the next person on the list. The train smashes into the car and a piece of metal flies off and slices the other friend's head clean off. She's dead. Now they get it. If you save someone, death just jumps to the next victim. So now it's just Alex, Carter, and Claire. And Alex knows he's next. He hides out in a cabin, sealing himself in. He's going over the seating chart again and has a huge realization. He's not next. Claire is. She was sitting in front of him. Meanwhile, Claire, worried about Alex, tells the cops where he is. Alex knows they can't help, so he bolts. He's got to get to Claire. At her house, a big storm is starting. A power line breaks and falls near her pool. Claire runs out to save her dog, and the pool water gets electrified. She manages to save the dog and climbs up onto the roof to get away from the water. She tries to escape in her car, but she's trapped. The power line is sizzling on top of it, and there's fire everywhere. Just then, Alex shows up. He's got to save her. He manages to grab the live wire and pull it off the car just as Claire jumps out. And then kaboom! The car explodes in a huge fireball. It totally looks like Alex is a goner. But then, surprise! We jump forward 6 months. Claire and Carter are in Paris. And so is Alex. He survived. The three of them are just chilling, thinking they finally beat death. But Alex has this bad feeling. He knows the chain isn't broken. He messed with the order twice, saving Carter and Claire. But nobody saved him. He knows his turn is still coming. And he's right. Suddenly, a street performer starts singing that same creepy song from the airport. Alex gets a bad vibe and gets up to leave. Claire sees a bus speeding right for him and yells, saving him. But the bus swerves and hits a giant neon sign. The sign starts to wobble and break. It's about to fall right on Alex. But then Carter shoves him out of the way at the last second. So Alex is safe. But wait. That means death's plan for Alex just got skipped, and we know what that means. The sign swings back right towards Carter. The movie just ends right there. We see the sign falling, but we don't know if Carter lives or dies. So crazy.